kwaba.
Yeah, nya.
Ko kan ye ja.
Ye ja.
Twamia, o twamia. O twamia Mr. Papa.
I go say papa somewhere.
Ade ma ya ho ba ko en.
Woni hwan ya?
I don't know we done.
Woni hwan na ebe wo.
Say bia bako de.
Nyame adom.
Bia bako na eno na mko hu sam we bi o TikTok. Na mpese mi tu ni say omo kwa ebe boa ya na. Obi bisa say you so yes no. Won say bia omu didi no ma no ma da. Omo nye ntoko bi ansi krum na ka say omo kokko ntokwa. Ntanka yen tu ofani match mo yen tu ofani match. They say you need China for now. Omo nkoni ehwe.
Hey, no mo de bomb e ba na say dey.
So omo nkon.
Share.
Omo training sa.
Omo beg.
Yeah, you ade omo di etuo ne.
Personnel kakre ya ka open so omo nkum omo so.
Na say omo training sa obebo ye ho man. Nze be say ohu say sentoko si a omo tan boy ho man na. Na ka yakope nwura media mo nanka omo ne.
I don't second you. I don't
second for them pan omo.
They are not there. Are you in the like you don't stay with them in the barracks, so you don't know.
Which barracks?
Omo barracks.
Omo ye dem ho.
They have their barracks.
Anya jama no mo she.
Have you been there before? How many times have you been there? How many times have you been there?
Ntoko nsi krom ha.
How many times have you been there before?
So
you want something to happen so you see how good they are. So you actually pray that something to happen.
Say odi efa say yankoche ba ko ambo no. Ohun na say yankuno na obu ofuma o man ko hwe o ma then obo so mo ye bi.
Oh no, since even though they are trained but then nothing is actually happening, how will you know whether they are actually good?
You have to wait for other countries to fight.
Yes. So it means they are good.
You see can you omode hwe o mo.
It means they are good. Okay, fine. You said you want to try it. Then maybe I'll just send you there so that you try one-on-one with them. Yes, so that you know whether they are good or not.
Other country mo they say Russia and Ukraine.
Oh no.
What do you mean say won ka? Oh my uncle why? Oh no. I say
no. I mean
Russia and Ukraine we can now say yes some.
No
more.
Who say?
But I think there was a misunderstanding in one of the countries where they deployed military officers there. Ghana military officers to the extent say binumukra e proper I about social media.
Me e honi must be say ntokoni si ani ehun se obetimi aboye ho ban.
They can even recent issue now like that happened at what's the name Ashama or whatever.
Debbie, I don't know.
It's also a clear indication.
Debbie, I don't know.
Even sometime ago at Ejura.
Me penny.
And answer COVID-19 era no.
Yes, they did something. Yes.
I don't hear bamboo na make come on you. I say.
And so open your call bush.
And so you go.
I said the Mukuma for more year.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I have a protective gun, so I'll give it to you. So you
okay, but before we move to our main story for today, DJQ, what you Kumasi? What's with that trend in Penyufo? They go and buy toy guns. And to say I'm bad, and so about say Obroni, I'm not Broni, said then Chobi. Then they are like, what's with that trend?
You knew me. I'd say one person a share or TikTok, just one person. No me answer every day. I didn't ginsem. Obiako toy gun. Me who ya no. Madam Baku post here. Na me fi say bia. One say engineer could bring ent. Me fi say bia. On be say so kai. Me who am guess e you to ma topa. Metimi to susu go ma ko to sa tuo no.
No count.
Me who ya no me say aden then e sinti aboy we ko post ya na ye be di Christmas sinti ana. Sana. Ye be ku ya ho. Ba one say bi so a on na me kan no. Ye boy ho case ntokwasi a.
But with toy gun I believe once like when we do certain things like that for it to like last for a long period of time, when a main incident of such a case is happening, you take it
for granted.
Yes, but then it's something serious. So I think we should be very careful in using that.
It's bad.
Because it's very bad. Yeah, it might happen that there is a serious chaos going somewhere. They are shooting. You might think that is this toy gun. At the end of the day, you fall as a victim. So you have to minimize the use of it.
Because even you as citizen that you know nothing about it, they'll just approach you with their camera, then they'll start shooting.
Then I think it's also a tactic to impact, like to create this kind of fear among people.
No, like
as the election is approaching. No, you people in your area there, we know you already. Don't let me dive into politics here right now. Because I've heard that they've plotted to create fear in people not to vote for the other party. So for me, I believe it's also a way of, creating that kind of fear in people.
Okay, and only your opinion, but my opinion is say you only say for fun. I'll go to Moody. But I want to say Bibia no bonnet but home. What I say, but me say for fun, even though no. In Kofubi can say me say, but Kumasi dear, that was your top into question Kumasi. No, it's you Kumasi. The basic company be
it will definitely happen because
Kumasi. No,
wait, you can't. How do you see Kumasi? Is it different from other communities or towns where chaos is happening?
In Tokobesia, you Kumasi because we for to bet into Tokobesu. But person to go to Crum dia preco. But me you Crum dia into Tokobesu.
Today's story, and I'm really dementia.
I wasn't talking Kumasi. You say, Abra, Mabusia for go. Hey,
then you should talk to your people.
Talk to your people.
Talk to your people. You are the same people. This, that. Sister, let's move.
You're to buy the Maho side now. Or want to 2 euro and go for baby, I your ball MP assuming Sam George now soon. You're too. Oh, 2019. Yeah, Oh, you're Buni.
Yeah, they slapped him.
Yeah, Bono, much more for Bono. No, you're too too. And you're Buni. You're 2 guns on the Cabismasa. Oh, my dream, hola.
Hey, who might say, and go, Mazemo. You're not dear. Okay, so we are moving to our first story. President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, His Excellency. So he has urged Ghanaians to reject presidential candidate of the opposition NDC, John Mahama's bid for re-election, describing his previous presidency 2012 to 2016 as a failure. Akufo-Addo argued that Mahama's inability to secure a second term was proof of his underwhelming leadership. He went as far as citing examples of some past presidents who were able to secure a second term. So let's hear from the horse's own mouth. DJ Rock.
Had a second term. John Akufo had a second term. Nana Akufo-Addo had a second term. The only one who was not given a second term was John Dramani Mahama. There's a reason for it. It was in the Juman and saw Ghana for any and nothing Yaman quite ambiguous. Then also person baby. No better. What is he coming to do? 24-hour economy. You couldn't keep the lights on for 12 hours a day here, don't so time when you were president. And you're coming to give us a 24-hour economy. How are you going to do that? Please, don't let anybody be confused by these things.
Oh, but Nanado. But Nanado, Nana for you.
Hey, no, you want to Ghana there.
Hey, share. The
economy.
So someone who was not able to keep the light on for 12 hours, coming from President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo.
Addo Preman. Addo showboy. Addo do the do.
Hey, Asamo, Sister Debbie. Wait, dear, over to you. Pense, woman.
It's a pity that upon all the failures and economic woes in, let me say, every sector in this country, our president, His Excellency President Akufo-Addo, stands to say that the former president's term was a total failure. Mahama came, maybe he has forgotten, Mahama came into power for only one term. But then comparing what Mahama has done to his 8 years in government is far more better. Because even Mahama came into power when the former president of blessed memory, Fifi Atamels, passed away. So let's say it is during his tenure, but then they have to re-vote. And then fortunately enough, Mahama won. Mahama has done a lot. He brought projects of e-blocks. He has done a lot. The economy, as at that time, was moving on well. I think a cedi to $1, as at Mahama's time, was 4 cedis, if I'm not mistaken. 4 cedis.
50 pesos, yes.
Everything was going all well. I can't remember that as at Mahama's time, I can use 10 cedis to buy kenke and fish and still get change for my gum and other stuffs personally known to me. But let's look at this instance where President Akufo-Addo claims he has done far better than former President John Mahama. And then a cedi to $1 is almost getting to 20 cedis in Ghana. If you don't hold 30 cedis, you can't buy wache. I said the other day that I almost got embarrassed at my own normal joints where I used to buy wache at 7 cedis. That day when I got there, I said, "Mommy, please, I want to buy wache 7 cedis." She was like, "No, wache, not wache with the stew and everything. No,
I don't know to this man.
The wache alone is 10 cedis. Before you add the other, you get it, the egg, the salad, the that, almost like everything is summing 30 good cedis."
Thank you.
And as a whole president, you are trying to tell us that your government is far better than former President John Mahama because of Dumso. Dumso, that's the only thing you can even say. Even without Dumso, everything was still going on well. Everything was going on well. You can't actually use the Dumso alone to tarnish the government of former President John Mahama. Because even as at your time, the cedi to $1, as I said, is almost 20 cedis. We still have places in this country that needs a lot of development. It seems as if they are only focusing on Greater Accra. Even with the Greater Accra, you can still go to some places known to be, strongholds of Greater Accra. They still need development. The same government came to promise us 1 district, 1 factory. I don't know how many factories they've created, but they are commissioning a lot, according to them. But for so far as I'm concerned, what I know is that they collaborate with other people to commission or launch a factory that is already belong to someone in the name of the MPP government. 1 million, one constituency, 1 million. In the morning I was asking whether your constituency, maybe they've given you people 1 million, which I don't know, because in my constituency we've not gotten our 1 million yet. Maybe we are yet to get ours, because we are yet to get ours. They will definitely use it for something that will benefit and buy it.
Yeah, sure.
Because even if it is in, they will say it. It is, even MPP members are even feeling the heat. But they can't say it. It's just a pity, say a whole president, you don't feel the pain of the people. These are some reasons why that man, when he saw President Akufo-Addo, he frowns as if he wanted to devour him. You get it? Yeah, definitely. But it's so painful that what we are feeling, you are not feeling it, and you are trying to compare your term 8 years, and you are still saying we should vote for you to come and do more. The 8 years we've given you, you've not done anything. We are in this country, and the whole president, you are flying abroad. You are telling us that the Falcon that former President Kufo and others have used, there is no washroom in it. And so you are going to hire or rent a jet. And that jet almost cost the country 21 million as at 2021, if I'm online, thereabouts, traveling in and out. And you see, that jet matter. It was actually, you were going to ask for help. Yes. And then you are in a jet. Just imagine you coming to me for help, and then I see you in a flashy vehicle, dressed classy, and then you come in front of me to tell me that you are in need. How do you expect me to believe you and then help you? Or we are in a country that anytime we stand up, Ghana beyond aid, but we are always going for IMF, like the help of IMF to help us in our economy. And the same person who told us that he has locked is it the economy and giving the key to IGP, up till now he's running away from the economy to digitalization, and no one is talking about that. You are now able to raise the cedi to the dollar, and you are now talking about digitalization. Are we going to eat digitalization in this country? Are you going to feed on digitalization? Is the digitalization going to reduce the rent and staffs that we are paying every month? You pay rent today, the next month your landlord will come and give you a notice that in upcoming like 3 days or 2 months to come, he's increasing like your rent fee, and you are supposed to pay. You see, the reason why we are feeling the heat the more is that every day prices of goods are skyrocketing. Transport fares are skyrocketing, but they are not increasing your pay. You get it? Imagine like someone working, and then every day you go into to buy a bag of rice at the price of say 100 cedis, and then the next day you get it, and then it's 2.5. Fine, and maybe as at that time the salary you are taking you can balance. You get it? But we are in a country where everything is increasing, but the salary is not increasing. So how do you like want the people to do what? To manage and live in the country? We are saying that as a whole president on your own, do something. If not for anything, minimize, like let everything be on a standstill, that we will also benefit. Not a president that goes about raising, unveiling statue of himself, praising himself while he's out of power. We are supposed to do that because you know you didn't do anything, like you didn't do any you didn't do anything profitable. So you will be the same person to say that the incoming president will not actually continue what you are doing. You will say that because you yourself, you haven't done anything, as I said, anything profitable enough. You've not continued, so you don't expect incoming government or whatsoever to end it for you. But what I'm saying is that he has no right to say former president hasn't done well, because he came for a term, and what he has did compared to 8 years plus the money they've embezzled in this country, the corruption and everything going on in this country, it's so painful. It's very painful. Like it's very painful. You don't say that. Thank you, because it doesn't tally. It doesn't tally. Mention what you've done. Agenda 111. How many hospitals have you commissioned? One district to one factory. How many of them have you built?
Medumo Mike.
There was a break.
Medumo Michael.
Yeah, now this.
Use it to cover all. No,
DJ Kiwi uncle.
About where so who Jana?
No, it's just painful. You call a spade and not a big spoon. That's the fact. So you don't compare yourself to someone who came into office in one term and then has done almost 99% of what you came into power for 8 years to do. You are bringing free SHS. Fine, free SHS is good, but then you should think, oh, as the students are coming, where are they going to sleep? If not for Mahama's E-block schools he has built, some students were actually sleeping in the dining hall. After eating, they have to pack the tables and everything out for them to come and sleep, and it doesn't make sense. So and then you refuse like completely some of this project, and then when you are saying you'll be like we are in favor of any party. See, we are not in favor of any party. The next government that will come into power, if you don't do things accordingly, if you don't jail people who are supposed to be jailed for the corruption and stuff going on in this country, be rest assured that we are going to give it to you back to back, just as the same way we are giving to President Akufo-Addo right now. So we are not in favor of any political party. We are just talking the truth.
You see, in also wakasabre, who be a few, Sarah politics in the tier. no can no say nice Akufo-Addo oba no so bebre no mu yan say o be sister to their mind o mu sister no o ma police for ko bon ban yeah now o ka say dum so but say aside dum so no mama so dum so asa no ko
oh sure
o so dum so asa no ko sa machine no am ko to buy no the last time I check no o say Mahama de kofi o to fit take ya o de ba no e ko so Ghana 5 million pe ba o mo di fi Accra ha dia kokuma say eni Accra ni kokuma say e ko so almost $35 million adena ya di fi Turkey I had to flight mo man we pay Ghana ha no
5 million
ni ya ko so 5 million
times 30
Greater Accra to Kumasi
from Greater Accra to Kumasi no
35
say na pona di ko Kumasi na pona di fi Accra ko Kumasi
yeah he was a then energy minister
ko so 35 minim ade o mo de fa ko ye minim these people no so ka so do machi a like amaka say bia wo ye politics nti am no me to abakron poda ni politics there na o ka so ko yesi o be di watem basa ti say o ka papa no even nkofo bre okrom ha o nkofo bre e na nkoto wa ti say man bi na omo ye rally bi wo I think say na ye MPP say omo ye rally wo this town you were top your friend say Ablekuma no ko no o ka cha dafu so okọ rally ni bi aba na dafu mi say na what did here asin obi na mam 7 city
we
na mko pe edwani bi die so bi say nti woni nyansa de
ka preba oni bi
unisika obi ache 7 city ko to de nya di o san so de ko tietiem de no benya film afi o jina hodin asin wa kama sempa o isi obre ba Ghana fon so yempe no kro de bia omo de bedie we Ghanaians yempe no kro papa no wo ho ba yesi yempe and most of Akufo-Addo the promise no man so ka ho see papa no kasayo this man oba power no kasayo na ye de ntamaga na funya gidie woni mu most of Ghanaians no ntino omo Mahama fi wo no o say yama obi aba yama ni 8 years obi aba yama ni 8 years 8 years yen ko hwe omo ade omo ye ni on hwe omo so ni 8 years ni ye hwe Mahama nso no 4 years ni some few years na I think say atamis dey hold say 1 year or 2 years dey kan ho yen hwe no so de ye what I say nduka say ya mom 8 years we are the 8 years ne boni ntina ono ko man 4 years na e sa ne ka no this ya ye to ma hwan was ye to ma hwan
Bawumia
he's the best person to lead
best person
yes.
The same person no nam schools lecture how to solve our economy no say see am un course wa ko lectures bi mo ni say school da no o ma tutum dia ana o ma kwan ha
Yes, so still in the world of politics.
There was a the last time I said, so no cocoa this year. You Speaker of Parliament, that's a new year. You go to the now Supreme Court. Obey the match.
Wait there, politics wait there, yet. I can't remember, that was, if I'm not mistaken, last 2 weeks and as the last month, Muhona, Owusu Bempah prayed for John Dramani Mahama, say he would be the next president of Ghana. And Agradaa came out very angry and was like, we all know Owusu Bempah, we all can predict definitely Mahama will win the elections. And so far as Owusu Bempah didn't say so Mahama so dear.
I said,
say baby uncle yeah. Say baby uncle yeah. Not just Owusu Bempah na ye. On one kasa say pie asankas Agradaa. I say God revealed himself or say herself to her.
God ne emudian.
God, I'm the meaning.
Oh no.
Say ne sikangari God no.
No God no na say God na
we don't know. Say Bawumia would win. In fact, will be the president of Ghana. Yes, it is possible.
It is possible.
And DJ Rock, patchable video in my.
To me,
number 1,
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Yes, some country now said you should not worry. It is possible. Now you go see the power of God.
It is possible.
God bless you.
It is possible.
Still possible.
It is possible.
For today is 24th of November 2024. And God has revealed to me. Today is Sunday. And God has sent a message to me to tell Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Jesus.
He should not worry. That is the message. He should not worry. Beginning Reverend Dr. Evangelist Prophetess Mrs. Asiama, aka Agradaa. That is what God has revealed
Number one.
to me.
It is
That
possible.
is what God has revealed to me. Number one. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Yes, someone say you should not worry.
It is possible.
Now you go see the power of God.
It is possible.
God bless you.
It is possible.
Still possible.
It is possible.
It is possible.
Still possible. Yes, Christ, a man in message. Say, you be president. You should not worry. Okay? You should not worry. DJ Q.
Kashigbe.
Starting with you.
Kashigbe. Dabi amika say, answer. Nkomshen obi atimi hye nkom. Nkomshen de obi atimi hye bi e okurum ha. Me this year I was saying I'm mission come because obia the leader obia ni say about to dey even no be befa. I say we had dem crowd send dem crana. Maybe I didn't e record that. Maybe even though almost say it is possible, not then impossible. Kofo hye come to do okurum ha to do. This election but you know be say Bawumia amfa ye machine asore dan. Aye Samson Yakopon o kasa che ne nkrofo. Minim Yakopon ko omo de omo so no. Minim se yemo ye die bia na say omo wo yam fufu bia. Because minim ni say those days no ana adifo Elijah ni Elisha ni Samuel mo ho no Enoch mo ho no. No mo konhye enti say yo say Enoch begina aka say oh enensu beto enensu antwa munkume ni no munkume ayesa na nkwanhye ne tie benne no adifo bia timi hye nkon so o ti ben pass say Mahama wini a obe resign oyo so fu bi look at that we na so fi himfa o mo se a enti na nkofo bebre emu Yakobon sesia no koso mu se nkofo na we wi o mo so mo nyina nim no o mansa no o mo nka no kre o mo ho ntew also mo can be just to get the fame say nkofo be come asem mbaba news nda bia e no de bi o mo pe no be Yakobon e sanso yin adwuma de bia o se Yakobon frɛ no ofre of phone be nso phone be nso na so go friend ni so Agradaa say Yakobon yin ho a kire no no opinion pa say me so me tie betima ka say about me Yakobon yin kire me ba wo hwɛ wo hwɛ mu din abo nsi aba we die ya so masi dia wo do adwen fan ko so hu wo do adwen betima fan say ade we die papa we dia so what you say into asefo no omo hu say ne on be kasa because those days no na say na adifo kasa ayi say na adifo kasa omo nyameso no ko isa ye den dodo omo nyameso na ye den omo nyameso na ye den dodo aba oh prophetess mama part
Tupac. Mr. Debbie.
Which one is it? Tupac?
Hey, you forgot.
Am I now hearing it?
Hwɛ ɔne ani
ɔno wasesa ne din saa wasesa
baako wɔ se ɔba first one no ɔse evangelist prophetess mama part oh this is ɔde asiama na ka ho na doctor nso ka ho Mrs. ne doctor ka ho edin ba kompɛ ɛni sanka ino komoti aseri a komodi nie ya ke do tro Bible mo
okay sister Debbie.
Prophecy is a sensitive statement, and so the people I know, the prophets I know, prophets don't just talk. Genuine prophet, I'm not saying she's not a genuine prophet or someone is not a genuine prophet, but from the little I've read and from some small things I've seen, genuine prophet do not just talk, because one, what the person is saying, the person will have to be accountable for it. Let's say that Q here is a prophet, and then he comes to tell me that he has seen me maybe 1 month to come. I'm here, I'm that. I've buy this, I've bought that. You know, prophecy is something that sweetens the heart. It's like it creates this kind of joy and excitement within you, and so you will be very expectant to actually see that. So if that 1 month is due, and I don't see it, one, I'll question myself, and then question whether the person is really from God, and still doubt whether it is God that is actually talking to you. And so the genuine prophets, or the prophets I've seen so far, the person can even say that if the time is up and you don't see it, then this, that. And sometimes you see it, even though you yourself also have a role to play. Because when they give you the prophecy, a lot of things, a lot of people are there, both physically and spiritually. They've heard about the prophecy, and they're definitely going to work against you. So you have to also tighten your belt and then fight them spiritually as you prepare yourself physically as well. But then Ghana, I don't know how we understand prophecy. I don't know how they understand the things of God, or when it has to do with a man of God saying something about, see, the respected men of God in this country. I can even mention a lot of them, but which I won't even mention. Like, it is likely will you see them coming out to say something. They only come out to say something once, and that's it. Sometimes they don't even say it direct. They say it in a way of proverb or something. But then you can actually sense that no, this is what the person is actually saying. Some of them, they see it, but then they pray in their closet. That is how it's supposed to be. You pray in your closet, and then you call the person. You call the person secretly. So unless I call you secretly and I tell you it don't happen. It is between you and I. Even when you go about spreading it, no one has the evidence. It's whether you are speaking the truth or not. It's up to you and them. But then coming out to say it, okay, fine, let's say she has given the prophecy, and all of a sudden it's backfire.
Wrong number.
And all of a sudden it backfires. As he said, what is going on in this country, even a child born today can actually tell who is going to win this election. And if the outcome of this election diverts, we might be forced to think otherwise, that something went on the wrong way. Because as I said, that a child born today can even tell that this person is going to win the election. Then all of a sudden everything turns around now. We can say that there is something, like something fishy has gone on somewhere which is unknown to us, and so there have to be a runoff or something.
Me in trouble no. Who say these things no? It's man to question.
Oh yeah.
This prophecy.
Yeah.
Because what can you say mefa? That's man fa. That's a very papa. Me tell me once.
Oh sure. And we know God too does not. You see, that's it. God does not lie. So they are making Christianity so difficult. Oh yes, and you see, and they are making the way difficult for genuine men of God that are actually doing the things of God rightly and properly. You see, so it's very difficult nowadays. Everybody, as he said, you can actually meet somebody on the way, and the person will be prophesying to you. Everyone is now a prophet. But I know that.
A bit my crow say they are your money came and no credit.
Yeah.
But near course nonsense no. In some of Kennedy. So go show young coupon can help.
Oh sure.
So what I say?
Like I pray God comes early, or else for Ghana here. Yes, it's true, because they're making Christianity. They're making Christianity so difficult. Like nowadays, I can tell you that people actually find it difficult to trust God.
See, those days, no, not or with me.
But they feel like
not me if you into onto us no near no or many go ase.
Also,
good is one so born the end of matter tantanya no or when you go ase.
Exactly.
Some also you know.
And you know, God too, he doesn't share his glory with anyone. So well, maybe uncle will be to a show and people will not take, Mahama will not take.
Naka abame ho, metua naka. Yabo mi dinse na mafa no.
But simple and short, we should just there should be a rule concerning all this prophecy is just too much. Everyone can just stand up with data. I can also stand up with my data and stand somewhere and say that, oh, Mahama will win, Bawumia will win. And sometimes I see that these people too are trying to be sycophants because of the little you get from the little favor you will get from the person. What you
favor. You get favor.
You can predict that this one, like as also Bempa was saying this morning, he was like he will stop fasting and he will eat very well because he knows Mahama will win. Well, let's see what the outcome of the election may be. I'm not saying what he's saying is wrong, but sometimes this kind of people want favor from the party. They know that definitely this person will win. So if I don't do anything fast, like I'll feel very wanted. So I have to just do anything fast and then just to find favor around them and like have my way out. So what you're saying that there should be a rule. Nobody at all should just stand up and then say this one will win, this one will win. Then at the end of the day, it backfires. When it backfires like that, one, it's like you are actually tarnishing the image of God. But mind you, God too can never be tarnished. You might feel like you are winning, but at the end of the day, people will get to know about you. And then for President Akufo-Addo, he should stop saying that Mahama has done far better than his government. One-term government, as he claimed, former president is. With his one-term government, he has done a lot than 8 years. And they are now saying that we should give them more. I saw one of their ministers saying that yes, that is why they are supposed to vote for them so that they can extend their developmental projects. And I was like, which developmental project again? We've given you 8 years. Akufo-Addo said we should test him, or if I'm lying, he said we should test him. Yet it's cancer comedy. At that time, you could testify and say, "No, I come on than DSR." But the policies he brought in, it was so enticing that everyone was like, "No, they'll vote for this one." What we want is what we've gotten. So on the 7th December, which will be next week Saturday, right? Yeah. When you get there, let your vote do the talking.
Thank you.
Don't sit home for me to come and choose a leader for you. Go and choose the leader yourself. It's also necessary. Or else at the end of the day, they'll end up choosing someone for you you might not like. So it's better you vote. Some of us will be traveling home, but I want to go and vote. It's necessary.
All right, DJ.
I'll say, yes, I'm but send one of my say freedom of speech was then will be able to match and hadri. And says, I'm an idea or hope I know. Say, men shall come share no washing ye. To send no kind ye. Which much am I going to say Mahama Befaba?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, obey to me stop. But the same year, Kumase, wound to me, Guy Koy Archini dear. You say, no, didn't quite.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Sir, you say, Bano, you better once. 7 December, trouble, not to hook say.
Separate day.
You are to be and ne. A chance how to be. I'll be a young run off. I will answer Conny Yabano. Even run of Conny, you shed it. And when you meet you. But saying, and yet those things, Nadia, over to my casa with my share. Meet you with my casa Mahama Befa. But I say Bawumia Befa. But I say Cheddar Befa. And no dear, me right or no. What I say. And to know who send your machine come, but so much so moon say. A bit to cover Kuma. Who can say Mahama Befa, Mahama and far. Then call for some Mahama on Conquan and go with my casa. Yeah. I say, this prophecy is Yanema. Admiral Rollins, former president, Jerry Rollins, you know. What you fear this one? I got you on party no. Omoko, Omo promise no. Omoko yi, obi obeli do omo. One Mahama na corporate. And now this one pastor could say, "Oh no, obe winni abano." And the one winni, Mahama fa abano. No so we wiem. No letting who fee and this one because of this prophecy so. Into this prophecies now, you do fans and Caribbean general election. Not Mammy and Tina Wasia, or any fans and Tom Wasia, and Tokon and Kabis. Yeah. And it is also Tom Wasi. And yet be say open quantity within. Open quantity within. What I say? Ah, I didn't know what my you. What my you would be between BBR. But I won't say near future banner. Or some sort of dream, send to commit me. Just one formation, just one formation. But my say, about to be with baby father. Send me kind. But my tina can say from since day one ton no say do it dear. Your best system. Your best system. What I say, me to boom dear, but you say dear. Your best system. It would what you found come so to me shall come. But still more no mujina so say we am fire yan shima so the dino. Me resigning. Omuhwe you. Na delegate omu yo nti omu asemi was a fear delegate omu yo some go follow omu media hwe yekoto GFA aba no na George Free no a former vice president Emma Kwesi Ntechi no ne ket ne kopre oye na dwuma nyina baba to ne dwuye no ye tutia no my papa dey disturb no because fear delegate because so who ka say na ya kanti no me wini na so wo kwakoda you stay with kroma no
nye campaign
so mo ni na ho a nti na si o say Olivia wo Olivia wo mo ni na ho
and in the end is you saying that the election is a do or die
do that so on to mbo ase na bibi su kroma me ni baby akọ
okay
me ni baby akọ why say so hima yapon me da masese mba dwen ne ye I don't think yapon say no hima kan yapon ya wie countdown no ya so wie trending stories no tin ya dwi de e ya nwombo nko a ya nwombo nko a e bo 5:30 a ye be call for evening news no 5:30 be call for evening news no nti do bibia ase mo am join mo TikTok ya wale asembe nkwani akure we tete mabra wate ya wale ne Debbie smart Debbie smart ene edin dosun ye asemo nti dem do bibia ase mo am join mo TikTok ye de mo nyina ase mo join ye Wednesday ye be so aba ba echina nso no echina Champions League match ho nti mo join ye e X TikTok YouTube Facebook now I'm Samsung join mo DJ Q TikTok Champions League match or live comment be bremo echina Basa PSG the bremo we gonna talk radio so nti e do bibia ase samo join ye 5:30 the news be bremo me din DJ Q so him team den sister day be na join mo studio so your co MC a ho DJ Rock any Fikozi any DJ Cham na ewo MC a ho ye dem call live and executive producer no Pakwesi general manager it will be as some journey ne you call about 5:30 news no ebe to aso dem